Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is Hassan and today I'm going to be talking about how I lost around 20 kgs or 42 pounds, something like that, over the course of a year and a half, and my tips that I would give to somebody if they wanted to do the same. Before I start the video, I want to say that I am not a doctor and I am not a personal trainer. It's just pieces of information that I've collected over the years and applied them to myself, and it's something has finally worked for me and is continuing to work for me, and I thought I'd share it with you. So I'm just putting out information. So some background on my weight and my relationship with my body. Ever since I was a kid, I was kind of a little on the chubby side, and coming into my early teens I got really fat, especially at around 13-14 years old. That was when I really blew up in size. So as a 13 to 14 year old I was about 74-75 kgs, and that's heavy for a teenager in their early teens. Coming into 16, 17, 18 years old, I still retained a lot of the weight, but the fat kind of reduced. I mean, of course, as you go through puberty, you grow from everywhere, and typically your fat does reduce. So, but my weight was same, around 75, 78, something like that, always hovering between 73 and 80 kgs, somewhere around there. At 19 years old, and this was back in 2019 when I was 19, that's when I really blew up. I reached around 88 or 89 kgs. I mean, I was eating a lot at the time, and I wasn't paying attention to my diet, and I loved and I love sweets, and I just used to binge on sweet dishes. So gulab jamun, you've got ras malai, and sometimes I really like chocolate, so Kit Kat, Snickers, cakes, chocolate cakes, custard, and then add cake to that custard. I really enjoyed my sweets, and as a result I gained around 10 kgs. So I went from 78 to 88.8 or 89 kgs in about 3 months. Yeah, and pure fat. That was the time where I thought, yeah, something needs to be done. It's getting out of control. And mind you, all these years from 16, 17, 18, I'm active, and especially during 18, 19, I used to run long distances, and yet my fat didn't go down. I didn't gain any more muscle because I'm not doing any resistance training, and my fat is going up and my weight is going up. So it took a while to figure this thing out. Eventually, when COVID happened and everywhere, the whole world went into lockdown, that's when I started really discovering what works and what doesn't work for me. And over the course of the year of lockdown, I lost around 18 kgs, and then after lockdown, in a couple of months, I lost 2 kgs more, so around 20 kgs in total. I can confidently say that I know how to lose weight. Can't say the same about gaining muscle because I'm in that process right now. I'm still figuring it out. But when it comes to losing weight, yeah, I know my shit. If I need to drop weight right now, I know how to do it. Alright, so here are some of my tips. So starting with tip number 1 would be in a caloric deficit. Now I've said this 100 times and you must be like, that's the most obvious thing. Yeah, you need to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight, right? You can't be losing weight on a surplus. And to be in a caloric deficit, you can take 2 ways. The first way would be that you eat less, and the second way would be to eat the same amount but replace some of the foods with less calorie dense foods. And personally myself, what I did was I just reduced the quantity of food I ate. So for every meal, I used to have around 3 meals a day. So for every meal, I cut out a quarter of the meal and had the remaining 3/4. So you do that over 3 meals, 4 meals, that's around 1 whole extra meal gone. Typically my diet consists of rice, chicken every single day for 3 meals. And because that's what I like eating. I genuinely, losing weight, not losing weight, I just love eating rice and chicken. So it wasn't like a diet to lose weight. I just cut down the quantity of whatever I was eating, and that's when I started seeing changes. Even though I was exercising before that, I never saw any changes up until I cut down on my calories, and that's when I started being in a deficit, and that's when I saw most of my results. But of course, there's always a limit. You can't drastically cut down your calories, and I really want to emphasize on the fact that the quicker you try to cut your calories and the quicker you try to lose weight, the quicker it's going to come back later, right? Because it's not sustainable to cut down a huge amount of calories. That's why I cut a very small amount to begin with, and then later what you can do is the second way, which I'm going to try and soon, is to replace some of the foods that you're eating with less calorie dense alternatives. So a good example for me would be if I'm having a full plate of rice and chicken, I take half of the rice out and replace it with, say, a salad, and so it's vegetables, so it's less in calories, but at the same time the volume remains the same. So I'm still full, my stomach is getting full to the same amount, but the amount of calories inside me are much lesser than they would be if I had just had a full plate of rice and chicken. So that would be my first tip. My first tip would be to cut on your calories, get in a calorie deficit. And now I want to move on to the actual workouts. So when you're working out to lose weight, I personally believe that you need to up your cardio game a little bit. Cardio can get boring for a lot of people. When you say cardio, the first thing that comes to mind is running, and people hate running for some reason. I hate running, right? I hate running for the reason that it just hurts so much. But cardio doesn't have to be boring, and during COVID, I came back to skipping. Skipping was something that I used to do. So during the lockdown, I rediscovered skipping, and that's what I did. And skipping is one of the highest calorie intensive workouts that you could do. Skipping, jumping rope, whatever you want to call it. So find fun cardio. A fun type of cardio could be swimming. So if you've got access to a pool, you could go swimming, and that's an excellent way to get some good cardio in. So you've got your base covered. You are staying in a calorie deficit, and automatically you stay in a calorie deficit, you start losing weight. It's simple as that. And that's about it. That's what you need to lose weight. That's what I did. Some tips here and there, what I can suggest is be more active, walk around a little more. Right now I'm recording this video not sitting down. I'm actually kind of standing up. I've got a standing desk at my place. So do activities that burn calories. And I'm not saying that you go around walking around your house 300 times in a day, but simple things, right? Suppose you live on the 5th floor of a building, and instead of taking the lift, you take the stairs, right? That's a few calories burned out of nothing. I mean, how much time does it take to climb stairs for 5 floors? Like 2 minutes. If you are at your office and you're working, try to walk around more. Try taking breaks to walk around. Take the stairs to the floor that you work in. I mean, if you work on ground floor, then unfortunate. But if you work on like the 5th, 6th, 10th floor, maybe in the morning when you show up, just take the stairs. Good cardio as well. So just simple things, right? Simple things. You just want to get moving apart from your workouts and everything. So get moving. A great way to burn off extra calories. Walks are important. Just go out with your friends, your parents, your girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, go for a walk. That also is a great way to burn calories. This is like on the pyramid. This is like at the very top. You need to get this right, and that's sleep. I've spoken about this. I've made videos about this. I've spoken about this in other videos that are not related to sleep, and that sleep is crucial, right? When you are doing so many things and you're trying to lose weight, you need to rest. And I don't want to repeat the whole thing again, but sleep is extremely important. Get your sleep in. For me, 7 to 8 hours is perfect, and I try to aim at 7 to 8 hours every single day. And of course, it's not always that I get it, but consistency is everything. Even if I'm getting in a week, I'm getting 5 to 6 days of 7 to 8 hours of sleep, I'm good. And that should really tie everything, all your hard work together. That's the glue that's going to make things stick, and that's sleep. And now I want to talk about motivation, willpower, etc. Because you could do this for a day, for 2 days, maybe for a week, and you might see some results. If you don't do it, and if you fall off the wagon, things can go south really quickly. Consistency is really everything. When it comes to the workouts, when it comes to your diet and your sleep, that's still relatively easy. Doing it over and over and over again every single day is kind of difficult. That's where the willpower, the dedication, your discipline, those factors start coming in, and those are really important. It's just a matter of a few months in the beginning. That's when you really need to make it stick, and push through on the days that you don't want to do, which is going to be most days, right? Because when you are fat, when you're unhealthy, when you're overweight, and you're in that state of being overweight, your body naturally doesn't want to do things, right, to get rid of that weight. So you are going to face resistance by your own mind, by your own body. And once you get fit, it's actually really easy to stay in shape, and it's really easy to motivate yourself to go work out, to motivate yourself to eat healthy, to sleep well. But it's just difficult because you're in that positive momentum. You've got a thing going. You're in routine. But when you're not in that routine, when you're at the starting point of your journey, it's usually difficult. So my advice would be to stick to it religiously for a couple of months, right? Maybe 2 months. Some people less, some people more. But it will naturally come to you once you start seeing results. Once your body gets used to it, once you form a routine and you get that positive momentum going, that's when things will really start to come together. That's when things will start to seem seamless, and that's when you will actually start looking forward to your workouts, look forward to your sleep, look forward to getting more sleep, and look forward to eating healthy as well. Yeah, those were my tips. I don't know how many tips those were, 5, something like that. So those were my 5 tips. I'll add a bonus tip to surround yourself with people that support you. Surround yourself with content that supports your goals. So for example, if I want to get fit, I follow certain channels, I talk with certain people who are into the same thing, and they really keep you accountable, they really keep you going, and that's also incredibly important. Surrounding yourself with the right environment so that it sets you up for success in whatever you are trying to achieve, right? So do that. And yeah, those were my tips. Try them out, or don't. Consult a doctor again. I mean, I want to emphasize again that I'm not a doctor. I am not certified or have the proper qualification to advise on anything health related. These were just things that I've done myself, and they've worked for me. So this is just information. So take in that information, accept it, reject it, make an informed decision, and make a decision and go for it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. This video is kind of low-key. I mean, I'm kind of sick today. I really wanted to make a proper good video with a lot of b-roll and a lot of more tips, but I just didn't get the time, and I've just got a few minutes to wrap this video up. So yeah, let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, it's a little thing, but when I see it, it really motivates me when I see you liking the videos, when you're messaging me saying that you like the video and you really enjoyed it. So yeah, and I will see you next time whenever that is. Take care and stay safe.